Today we will solve quadratic equations by completing the square. So the steps for solving quadratic equations by completing the square, you want to get all the variables on one side of the equal sign, all the constants on another side of the equal sign. Then if there's a coefficient before x squared, you're going to divide everything by that coefficient. Then you're going to complete the square by adding the b over 2 squared, but we're going to do it to both sides of the equation to keep everything equal and balanced. Then we're going to factor the perfect square we just created, take the square root of both sides, and then solve for the remaining variables. So let's see what that looks like. All right, so the first step we want to do here is to get this constant over to the other side of the equal sign. Because remember, we want variables on one side, constants on another side. So now I have x squared plus 6x equals 59. Now, there's no coefficient in front of x squared, so we're good there. So now we need to complete the square by finding out what b over 2 squared is. So our b is 6. So 6 over 2 squared is 3 squared, which is 9. So I'm going to add 9 to both sides. So now I get 68. X and x plus 3 plus 3. So the perfect square that I completed was x plus 3 squared. Now we're going to take the square root of both sides, and I get x plus 3 equals positive or negative square root of 68. Let's see if 68 can be simplified at all. That's 2 times 34. That's 2 times 17. So we can pull the 2 out. So we have x plus 3 equals positive or negative 2 square root 7. So now I want to see what it is if I have a positive 2 square root 7 and what the answer would be if I had a negative 2 square root 7. So subtract 3 from both sides, and I have x equals 2 square root 7 minus 3, or x equals negative 2 square root 7 minus 3. So that's my answer there, both of these. All right, let's work on this one. So we need the constants on one side and the variables on the other. So I'm going to add 12x to both sides. And then add 48 to both sides. Then I do have a coefficient here, so I need to divide the coefficient out. .48 divided by 6 is 8. Now I need to complete the square by doing the b over 2 squared. My b is 2, so I get 1 squared, which is just 1. So this is the same as x plus 1 squared. Remember to add, oops, got a little ahead of myself there. Add 1 to both sides. Take the square root plus or minus 3. So x plus 1 equals positive 3, or x plus 1 equals negative 3. So x equals 2, x equals negative 4. And if you want more practice solving quadratic equations by completing the square, you can go to IXL Algebra 2, Section K10.